John's world turned upside down when he felt his baby kick inside him. Yes, you read that right. This successful businessman was about to become a dad. As John's belly grew, so did the questions. How would his colleague react? Would his friends still want to grab beards? And what about the baby's mom? Join John on his journey as he navigates pregnancy, identity, and love. Will he find acceptance, or will this miracle tear his world apart? John's life was great. He had a good job, nice friends, and a cozy home. But then he felt something strange in his stomach. At first, John thought it was just gas. But then it happened again. He felt a flutter, like a butterfly moving. Confused, John went to the doctor. "You are going to have a baby," the doctor said with a smile. John was shocked. "What?" The doctor explained that John had a rare condition, but the baby was healthy and everything was fine. John was surprised but also excited. As his belly grew, he learned about pregnancy and prepared for fatherhood. John's friends were very supportive. "Dude, how's this possible?" Mike asked. John laughed. "I'm just a medical miracle." John's co-workers were surprised but nice. His boss even gave him time off for the baby. As the due date approached, John got ready. He took classes, bought baby clothes, and decorated the nursery. Life with a baby was new and exciting. John learned to care for his little one, changing diapers and feeding them. John's friends and family helped him. They brought food, offered advice, and played with the baby. As John settled into fatherhood, he realized it was a big responsibility, but he was happy to care for his child. As John's baby grew, they had fun together. They played, laughed, and explored the world. John loved watching his baby learn and grow. He was proud of every small step and milestone. John's life changed in many ways. He learned to prioritize and appreciate the little things. But most importantly, John loved his baby with all his heart. He was grateful for his unexpected miracle. Being a single father wasn't easy. John faced challenges and worries. John learned to balance work and parenting. He found ways to make life easier and more fun. Through it all, John loved his baby more and more. He was proud to be a father and do his best. As the years passed, John's baby grew into a curious and adventurous child. They explored the world together, play and laugh. John watched his pride as his child learned to walk, talk, and read. He was amazed by their growth and development. John's child became more independent, making friends and pursuing their interests. John was happy to support and encourage them. As John looked to the future, he felt grateful for the journey he had been on. He knew that being a father wasn't always easy, but it was worth it. John's child was growing up, and John couldn't believe how fast time has passed. He was proud of the person his child was becoming. John knew that he had done his best, and that was all that mattered. He was grateful for the love and support of his family and friends. As John held his child close, he knew that this was just the beginning of a bright and beautiful future. "I love you, kiddo," John said, smiling. "I love you too, Daddy," his child replied, hugging him tight. And as they hugged, they knew that everything was going to be okay. Years later, when John received a mysterious letter in the mail, it was addressed to him, but there was no return address. Curious, John opened the letter and read it. It was from a woman claiming to be his child's mother. John's heart raced as he read the letter. What did this mean for this child, for their future? John knew he had to tell his child the truth. He sat down with them and explained the situation. Together, they decided to meet the woman and find out more about their past. The reunion was emotional and unexpected. John and his child meet the woman, and they learn more about their family history. It was a complex and surprising revelation, but John and his child were determined to face it together. As they navigate this new reality, John realized that family was more than just biology. It was about love, support, and acceptance. And as they hugged, they knew that their love would conquer all. John and his child adjusted to their new reality. They learned more about their family's history and the woman who claimed to be their relative. The woman, Sarah, explained that she had been searching for John's child for years. She had been separated from John's family due to circumstances beyond their control. John and his child listened intensively, trying to process this new information. They had many questions, but they were determined to get answers. As John, his child, and Sarah spent more time together, they began to form a bond. They discovered shared interests. John's child was excited to have a new family member, and Sarah was grateful to have found her loved ones. John was happy to see his child, but he was also conscious. He wanted to ensure that Sarah's intentions were genuine. As they spent more time together, Sarah revealed a shocking truth. She had been keeping a secret that could change everything. John and his child listened as Sarah explained the truth about their family's past. It was a revelation that would have changed their lives forever, but John and his child were determined to face it together as a family. New beginning. John, his child, and Sarah embarked on a new journey together. They faced challenges and obstacles, but they were determined to overcome them. As they navigated this new reality, John realized that family was about love, acceptance, and forgiveness. John's child thrived with support of their new family member. They learned to appreciate their complex family history and the love that bound them together. John knew that their journey was far from over, but he was grateful for the love and support of his family. And as they hugged, John knew that everything was going to be okay. As John, his child, and Sarah continued their journey together, they discovered a rich family legacy. They learned about their ancestors' struggles. John's child was fascinated by the story and began to appreciate their heritage. They started to explore their family's cultural traditions and values. Sarah shared their own experience and traditions, and John's child learned to appreciate their diverse background. As they navigated their new reality, John, his child, and Sarah faced challenges. They encountered people who didn't understand their unconventional family structure, but they didn't let the negativity bring them down. Instead, they focused on building a strong, loving family unit. John's child thrived with support of their family, and they learned to stand up for themselves and loved ones. As the years passed, John, his child, and Sarah grew closer. They formed a strong bond that were beyond biology. John realized that family wasn't about blood ties. It was about the love and support that bound them together. Their story was one of love, acceptance, and forgiveness. It was a testament to the power of family and the importance of embracing their unique bond. Years later, John's child grew up and had children of their own. They told their own stories of their family journey and the love that had brought them together. John smiled, knowing that his legacy lived on through his child and their family. He was grateful for the unexpected miracle that had brought them together. And as they hugged, John knew that their love would continue to grow and flourish for generations to come. Thank you for watching this story. Like this story, subscribe to this channel if you've not done that yet, so whenever I post you'll be notified. Thank you and bye bye.